Sweet man, we're recording in this piece. Why you that baby? Why you look like that?
So what you're going to do is you're going to introduce yourself first. You're not going to try to flame me about how miserable.
Why you look like that nigga who was staring at that baby the other day?
Come on, you that was staring at that baby a few weeks ago?
Why that nigga be bucking his eyes and shit?
If there was a black man with a hauled off. Hey, man, what you doing?
I probably wouldn't have done that to a black baby. No.
I can't believe that white man would turn around and say nothing, right?
Yeah.
I don't care how upscale the restaurant
is. I'm bucking my eyes at that nigga too. Let him turn around and say something. I'm bucking my eyes.
I see you. I know you see me staring at my baby like this. And I'm not going to say nothing. That's like the crazy.
What was that? Nigga, I know. Oh, no, that was from Freak Nick the Musical. Nigga, I know, Virgil, I know you see me seeing me calling you, nigga.
I need my rent. Yeah, man. Like, that was crazy. Like, stuff like that would make me think if a man allows somebody to stare at their child, or maybe it could be that he just like, it ain't that big of an issue as long as he ain't touching the baby. But that kind of cause, if it was an ignorant person, like they'll probably try to snatch their baby. They was like, oh, well, he's staying when I was staring at him.
He was paying attention. He's just like, honey, let's not turn around. Those Negroes, they look pretty dangerous.
No way, man. You and this dude was sitting like shoulder to shoulder, and this baby looking right at you. Most parents is gonna turn around and see what their kid looking at.
They don't care. White babies babies look at everything. It doesn't matter.
So you're gonna but not for a long period of time, because babies got full pictures for them. If a child is just looking like a baby, if they just looking at one particular position for a minute, most parents is gonna turn around and be like, "What the hell are you looking at?" Like it's understandable looking this way, looking that way, but. And they just focused on one particular thing. That was crazy.
I'm a god to that baby. Baby, I am your god.
Yeah, that's not true.
Right, so anyways, I guess before we get too far, we might as well make the introductions. Welcome to the 8th episode of the Socially Conscious St. Louis podcast. I'm King David, and I'm talking like this because it is Martin Luther King's birthday.
Hashtag time up.
I tried to download some Mahalia Jackson this morning, but I lost my iTunes password. And in here we have my co-host, Mike Gaming, St. Louis official, Beaumont graduate, author, R. Quarles, Lady Q on Instagram. How you doing, Lady Q?
What's up?
Niggas wax and wane. To hear themselves talk, but hate to explain.
Niggas love being a nigga.
And you don't want to be a nigga. Man, rest in peace to the ancestor, or rest in power, rather, to the ancestor, Martin Luther King. We always agree with his methodology, but it did work for him. And I think that is a great lesson that we could take away. What he did worked for him. There's no one way to get to the promised land.
True.
As long as we get there, nigga. Pretty sure we said that before. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 8. Thank you everybody for tuning in and subscribing. Hit that like button and all of that. I want to give a shout out to my co-worker, fellow YouTuber, Miss K. Shout out to Miss K.
Okay.
Cool as hell. She was like,
"What's up, Miss?
You had the podcast, and I didn't know you was doing this." I was like, well, yeah, she had found out through dude, homie Ronnie. Shout out to Ronnie, who made the shirts for the Corey Holcomb event. She was talking to him. I guess she was trying to get some business from him. And, he was like, yeah, I just did these shirts for so and so and so and so, Dave, whatever. And then she found out that I was a YouTuber. So she subscribed to the channel. She had listened to the last episode. She enjoyed it. Everybody's enjoying our foolishness. Because that's basically what it is. It's just a gang of foolishness. And there's a few little, sprinkles of knowledge mixed in there. But it mainly me and Becky just out here clowning. But that's, ain't no sense in being super uptight. If that's the case, you can go watch Black Authority. Shout out to the Black Authority. You know what I mean? I like listening to him, but I ain't that nigga. I'm a nigga who likes to clown and laugh and tell jokes and bullshit and speak their truth all at the same time. So it's kind of like what you say?
As much as you can.
What you say?
I said it's too much serious stuff going on here. You might as well laugh as much as you can.
I like the serious stuff when I'm in the mood for a serious stuff. That's why I listen to different people, because different people have different approaches. They have different outlooks on things. So, I can get a wide variety of perspectives. You know what I'm saying? If I want something a little bit more serious, I'll go to the Black Authority or I'll listen to Professor Black Truth. If I want something a little bit more street and a little bit more satire, I will listen to Tariq Nasheed, or whoever. You know what I mean? That's just me. So, it's just one of them things, man. So that's what I like to do. I like to clown. I like to tell jokes. I like fun, man. You can have fun and speak that truth. And that's what me and Becky be doing. But trust me, Becky be clowning. Y'all ain't seen her clown yet, but Becky be clowning. Wait till she get one of them where she feel like she gonna start flaming somebody. See, y'all be thinking Becky be innocent in this whole thing. Y'all be like, man, doing all this stuff. Nah, y'all just don't know, man. We Capricorn and Aquarius, nigga. We like water and water, nigga. Don't let them fool you now. Don't let them Capricorns fool you, nigga.
I try not to, but some things is worth it. That whole white man's Webster White Man Dictionary comment came back at me yesterday.
Oh, did it?
When I checked, I came and checked this message that I got from said employer, and she was like, we were sitting around and we were talking about our associates and blah blah blah. And someone mentioned you said something about a white man, the Webster's White Man Dictionary. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked that person. I said, do you know any niggas who wrote the dictionary?
You didn't say niggas, did you?
Yes, I did.
You supposed to say good black folk. What good black folk wrote a dictionary?
And she was like, what does that mean? I said, I don't know. I don't know, and you don't either. No, not one Mexican, not one black person, not one Asian, or none of that who wrote this dictionary. I said, this is the language of your people. This ain't the language of mine.
Right, I'm pretty sure.
I said, if you want further research and information, it is your job to find it, not mine to give it to you.
That's true. I'm pretty sure the Asians had their dictionaries. You know what I mean? Like, this is the Webster's White Man Dictionary. Everybody's saying that the Asians ain't got no dictionary, and the Hindu Indians. You know what I mean? Pretty sure everybody got their own dictionary, but the dictionary that we have here in America is what? What kind of dictionary do we have here in America, Becky?
The Webster's White Man Dictionary.
There you have it, folks. The Webster's White Man. You gotta put that H on it. White man. Unlike District Attorney Dubois, who married to a white woman. Them niggas like.
Shout out to the Boondocks.
Love the Boondocks, man. And no, I won't get there with you.
I hate that. It's like when you speak the truth, it's like you wrong for speaking the truth. Like I told her, I said, this is the language that your people provided us, not a language that we went and sought out. I said, so again, if you don't like what I got to say, you're more than welcome to research it on your own. That's it. It's not my job to teach you about why we do what we do as black people, because we were oppressed by your people. And she just said, well, okay, then have a good day. Yeah, I thought so. Goodbye.
She hit you with that, that nigga say, zip it up and zip it out. All righty, zippity doo dah, bye bye now.
Oh yeah, the child dash.
Hey, what happened with that nigga called Tron? That nigga was like, hello, this is so and so from so County Police Department. That nigga said, hold on, nigga, I'm bagging the shit as fast as I can. He's like, this is so and so from the police department. Oh, what up, nigga? He like, listen, we got a warrant for your arrest, and frankly, he just don't know how to handle it. You remember that nigga got off the phone? He was like, all right, nigga, that sounds good. One love. Nigga, I love you too.
I had no idea what to say.
They don't, bro. I swear to God, I be doing that just to fuck with white people.
Yeah, shock value, man. Sometimes you got to.
Just like you smile at a random white person. Oh, this nigga smiling at me. You know what happens when you speak your truth?
That's a problem. Or when you speak the truth, not just your truth, but when you speak the truth.
When you speak the truth, then booty man is gonna come after you.
Oh yeah, they be like, nigga, you want to know that?
Man, what the nigga Ginuwine got into? He was on a show or something. He was on Big Brother or some type of show. That Ginuwine.
It was like Big Brother All Star or something like that, or a Celebrity Edition or something like that.
Some TV bullshit, basically. Some TV bullshit. Ginuwine trying to get that check. I ain't mad at you, bro. It's easy money. But then they had this transvestite, this trainee, as Bobby Glenn Thompson calls, this trainee who tried to push up on Ginuwine and had blue arms around him and shit and tried to kiss him, and Ginuwine was like, hold up, player. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, goddammit. That nigga got defensive. Wait, goddammit, hold up. Hold up, what kind of shit is this? Get your goddamn lips away from me, goddammit. They're like, oh, Ginuwine, he's trans shaming. I don't even know if that's the thing. He was trans shaming, and Ginuwine is homophobic because he didn't let this gay white man who was somewhere between a white man and a white woman kiss him, and he's the problem. Look, again, nobody cares what you want to do. If you want to cut your dick off, or if you want to get your vaginal lips turned into a scrotum sack, do you? Nobody is saying that your confused self cannot be confused all by yourself. You could be perfectly confused. It makes me no difference. I don't fuck with no trainees because you confused. You obviously don't know who you are. But I digress. Do you, nigga. But what you're not gonna do is try to put me in that box of homophobia. Again, we talked about this. I think this was episode 5 or 4 when we had Gooch on. You know, homo meaning same, phobia meaning fear of. So you basically have a fear of a person who practices same-sex love, and that is an absolute absurdity. Nobody's afraid of you. We just don't like your lifestyle. That's okay. You don't have to like my lifestyle, the hip-hop lifestyle. You know, you don't have to like the fact that I smoke weed. Okay, you don't have to like the fact that I'm black. That's cool, but do you over there. But don't try to come over here with your nonsense, nigga. Yep. You can shoot up dope in your house all day long, but you don't come on to my property thinking you gonna shoot up dope and party in my house. No, nigga. We don't do that. So I stand in unison with Ginuwine because that was straight bullshit, and they tried to sabotage the dude. Now they trying to speak out against her. Oh, he's homophobic. He's transphobic. I don't want to kiss a man.
Yep.
In any form. I would kiss a boy. You know, I'll kiss my nephew on the forehead or something like that. But that's different. That's my nephew, you know, but he's still young, though. Couple more years, I ain't gonna be kissing a little nigga on the forehead. That's just what it is. That's just me. That's just my personal thing. I know Italians are a little bit different. You know, they you know what I mean? They be kissing each other on the cheek and all that other stuff. Okay, cool, whatever. To each his own. But, nigga, I'm not with the trans bullshit. Don't come around here with your nonsense trying to label me as something that I am not just because I don't approve of your lifestyle. You know what? For all this talk about oppression and all of these things is going on and we can't live our lives in the open and we can't be who we are is a total crock of shit. Y'all are now you trying to force everybody to be like you, especially the black man. See, you want to feminize Ginuwine, be like, oh, if I could kiss him, then we could get him to do some more shit. Ginuwine, like, nah, nigga, I'm very straight. I'm very straight, my nigga. I'm all the way good. I don't want nothing to do with your bullshit. Matter of fact, get away from me, bro. Get the fuck away from me. But he's the bad guy. When y'all motherfuckers steady trying to push your agenda up on somebody else, up on us. And if they don't want to do it, then you want to call them on their bullshit. Let me push heterosexual lifestyle on you. Let's see how you feel. Let me push my Pan-African lifestyle on you. Let me see how you feel. Hashtag me too. And then let me tell you something else. What you not gonna do, equate your struggle of the sexual kind to our struggle of a moral and human kind. That's what you're not gonna do. Your struggle as the LGBTQ pederasty community ain't got shit in common with the black struggle. We were born black. We were born brown-skinned people. I cannot change my skin color. I cannot change my eye color. Well, I could be send me Social Society game and start looking like a box of Neapolitan ice cream, but I'm proud of it. You see what I'm saying? I'm proud of who I am. My struggle is not like yours. You choose who you want to sleep with, regardless of whether you're confused or not, which I think that you are all confused because there are no gay animals in nature. I think there's a small group of lions who I think hump each other in some little small corner of Africa, but they could have been tampered with. Yeah. Otherwise, in nature, you have to be able to reproduce. Have to. Whether it's asexually or whether it's, man on woman love, you have to be able to reproduce in order to continuously populate the earth. Because people grow old, people die. That's why flowers and plants drop seeds. So they can come back for the next year. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? So your struggle is not like my struggle. I don't have a choice but to be black. You have a choice who a-hole you going up into. Speak on it, Becky.
I really don't not necessarily like to, but because I don't understand all the ramifications of why people, become another gender or this or that. But what I will say is everybody, a lot of people was tripping off the fact that when it happened, they tripped off of what Ginuwine did, his natural reaction as a man. Now, this is what I don't understand because Ginuwine clearly stated, Okay, cool. So Ginuwine clearly stated, okay, with the little old 40 hours, 40. Okay, Ginuwine clearly stated, like before the exchange happened, that, like, hey, it is some men out there, because the one person was like, oh, well, I feel like that's what's wrong with the society, and, that I feel like that's the problem. And people don't understand that, I'm now a woman, all the fact that I was once a man. And Ginuwine, she said that, and she was like, well, I feel like, that's not fair because I'm a woman now and it can be an issue and this and that. And Ginuwine was like, but that's not necessarily the case. He was just saying, hey, there is some people out there, some men that will date you knowing that you used to be a man prior to. And then I felt like when he made that comment, I think he was unintentionally just saying, hey, that will still date you. Why make the ugly face? It was some people still out there that will date you. But then I think what it did was it unintentionally kind of opened him up, even though it's not his fault. It kind of unintentionally opened him up to what he got, which was, the person asking him like, oh, well, would you? And he was like, no. He clearly said no. Like, it's not for me, but I'm saying some people will. Some men will. And everybody's tripping off to his natural reaction as a man to be like, I'm straight, and said that he was transphobic. No, it's called a preference. It's called a preference. We should not. How is it fair that I've even seen some trans people come out and say, I will not date a fat man. You won't date a fat man, and that's okay because that's your preference.
You but stereotype. You fat folk.
Right. So it's like my thing, right? Right. So you mad and you won't date a fat person, and you want everybody to understand that that's your preference. Well, because Ginuwine said, hey, this is not my preference. And his natural reaction as a man was to move away. Now he's transphobic. No, you ignorant people. That's a preference. Like, he clearly just stated to you that this wasn't his thing. And you still try to push up on his brother anyway. And y'all gonna try to attack the man and say that he's transphobic. Like, how does that even make sense? How does that even make sense? And how was that even fair to him?
It ain't.
And then y'all left that brother out there on the wayside instead of the people that was there that was trans coming out in his defense. They said nothing at all, and y'all just sat there and let him take it. Like, the videotape clearly showed him saying prior to, this isn't my thing. I don't have an issue with you, but it's just not for me. Ain't nobody calling you up on sexual harassment charges. Ain't nobody doing that. That's sexual harassment. You trying to push up on this brother. And it's cool because you part of the LGBTQ community and all that. So, of course, you're protected. It's cool if you do it. But if he would have tried to push up on you, it would have been him in jail. So all I'm saying is a double standard.
That's true, nigga. That's true. That's true now. That's true.
That's what I have to say about that. It's just stupid.
They are bullies. Oh, bullies. Like, damn, can I live? Can I not?
You say what?
Can I live? That's what I was doing. Like, damn, can I live? Yeah, can I get away from your foolishness? Because you know what my thing is. Again, do what you do, nigga. But don't try to do that shit.
I just don't.
But the thing about it is, though, everybody wants to apologize for their preference. I don't like skinny women, slender women. If she's slender, she gotta have big booty and some big old titty. I'm just saying. That's my preference. My preference is dark women. That is my preference. You can't get mad at me because I like darker women more than lighter women. It's not saying there's anything wrong with them, but this is my preference. But, you know, it's just like I've had and still have skinny girls be trying to holler at me. It be this one light-skinned female in particular who always be coming down to my Metrolink station. Oh, I feel so I feel so safe when you hear friend. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bullshit. Okay. All right. And I have no intention on talking to her, even if I was in a frame of mind that I actually want to talk to somebody. Like, you not what I'm trying to holler at. Like, you know, you're not what excites me. This is a hell of a thing. And I stand on my preferences. Like old Gail, when I told you that we went to 54th Street and little skinny Gail kept, it was $2 Tuesday somewhere. Oh, it was $2 Tuesday. Like, and I told her, I'm like, look, baby, you cute and all, but I don't like skinny Gail. You playing? Okay.
You stupid.
PSA, public service announcement. Here, let me put on my. Good evening, folks. This is a public service announcement from using my Webster's white man's voice. I'd like to let all the women know that when a man tells you something, I think it is within your best interest there, as it were, that you listen to the nigga because you say all the time that niggers lie. But most of the time, as it were, we tell the truth, and you just don't want to accept that, ladies. So, just wrapping this up here, I just would like to let all the women know, as it were, that you need to listen to that nigger when he tells you some shit, so that can help you out in the long run.
I'm done. I'm so done.
You know it's the truth, dude. Women do more lying about how men lie, and most of the time we be telling you the truth, but you don't want. I'm not saying that men don't lie, but I'm telling you, a lot of times we be telling you the truth. We might be kind of joking about it, but we be telling you the truth, and you be like, "Oh, okay, all right." Like,
I can agree to that.
Got to listen to what a man is telling you.
I will say this, and this is something that I had to learn. And I didn't learn that until I started dating Regis. Men communicate sometimes. Men communicate a little bit differently than women. And what I mean by that is most men are really clear about what they say. But I also learned two things. Men do not like to repeat themselves at all.
Ding, 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 ding.
And also,
speak on.
I've learned when a man says something, he meant exactly what he said, how he said it. Like, for instance, if I say, hey, I got to go to the store, I need to use the other car. Can you have such and such done to my vehicle? And if he says, okay, I'll take care of it. That means exactly what he said, when he said, how he said it. We as women will come back and say, when you gonna have that done? What time you gonna have it done? And is it gonna be done before I get back? And I'm gonna need to call on this day. We want all this detailed information. When he already, then you get mad because he said, look, I said I'll take care of it.
I said what I said.
What did he say? I said what I said.
I said. Yeah, there you go. Playing. What you say? I said.
I said what I said.
Right. With the extra finger point too.
And that's exactly what she did. I said what I said.
Boy, you know it's seriously niggas pointing their fingers at you like. I mean that shit.
It means exactly that. Like, and people, and you know, some folks, and I hate to say this, being in Kansas, white people are different than the white people in St. Louis that I've come across. So when you say something like that to them, it's almost like they're confused, or that fake confusing or whatever, or some maybe just that ditzy. They just may be that confused. They don't understand what you mean. Because I've had to say that to somebody before, and it simply just means, don't question me about what I said. I meant what I said, and I'll take care of it. Like, sometimes we as women, we want more information. We got to know the ins and outs of every single tiny detail. First of all, he already may just not be in a position where he really want to take your car to get service. But he's going to do it because he's your husband, he's your man. But now on top of that, he may just have a terrible day at work. Who knows what life has thrown him outside of work. And then here you come saying, hey, I got to have this done. And now you want detailed information? Why do you need all of that when I said I would take care of it? If you are dating the type of man that you know will do what they said they will do when they said they will do it, why are you questioning him in the first place? You are not his mama. If you know that he's always been the kind of person that will do what he said when he said he was going to do it, why are you wasting your breath and asking the when, the what, the whys, and the hows? I'm just saying. Speak on it.
Well, segueing into our next topic, actually, one of my relationship criteria is great listening skills. Listening skills.
I can agree.
Exactly what it is that we need to be doing. And I'm a mastermind. I got a whole plan working through my head. I'm like dude Shikamaru from Naruto. Like, I'm not necessarily a genius, but I'm pretty damn smart, if I do say so myself. So when I tell you something, you don't have to know all the details, or even if I do run to you all the details, make sure you listening to what I'm telling you. I might not give you the reason, but I'm definitely going to run down the details to you. It's just like, okay, Kim, okay, we're going to do this. You say your money, I'm going to say my money. We're going to make this move. I'm going to make these moves over here. Blah, 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 da, 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 da. This is the plan. Boom, 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 boom. All right, boom. By the time you get down here, everything going to be ready to go. All we got to do is get your daughter some bedroom furniture. Boom. That is the plan. That is the plan that I laid out for you. You fuck that plan. Another example. My homeboy Rashard. He's the T-Vinia man. Got the detox tea. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, man, look, I got this detox tea for the low, nigga. Look, I'm telling you, this gonna change your life. You're gonna lose about 25 pounds fucking around with this, man. Look. Give me 3 for 25 right now, nigga. I'll let you have it. That's my dude. I seen it the other day. He like, man, we gonna have to talk about your Facebook page. I was like, yeah. All that pro-black stuff. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, nigga, I'm pro-black to the day I die, nigga. He like, yeah. He like, I'm just saying, no, nigga, what you saying? Like, what are you saying, nigga? Pro-black to the day I die, man. Love my black people, shit. Can't tell me nothing. But he had a situation where he told his wife to take his truck and he was going to take her truck because his truck was already gassed up and it already had the car seats in there because she had to go pick up the kids. So his wife ended up taking her truck, which didn't have gas in it, which didn't have car seats in it, and then he ended up being late to work, And then as soon as she takes off, she calling him after she done got down, bro, this truck is out of gas. He like, that's why I told you to take my car. He like, I told you to take my car because it's already gassed up and it's already got the car seats in there. So you do that, go pick up the kids. I'm going to take your truck, gas it up on my way to work. And that's how we going to work the program. But she made him late for work and wasted valuable resources because she didn't listen. Baby, we not out here trying to waste resources. We trying to save resources and stockpile resources, nigga. That's an extra $5 worth of gas that could have been used towards something else. But because you did not listen, now you inconveniencing him because he messing out on money. And you inconveniencing yourself because you could have just went and got the kids and then just went on back to the crib. But she didn't want to do that. So women, I'm telling you, listening skills are very crucial.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if anybody told you that, but listening skills are very crucial. You can listen to every word your homegirl say. Every word. Girl, I was at work, and then I got there about 6:55, and then this ugly ass nigga kept trying to talk to me, nigga. And blah, 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 blah. You can listen to every word your girl say, nigga. You know everything that happened on Love and Hip Hop this week. But when your man tell you something, act like you can't hear. I see your cat's up to no good, Becky.
Always.
I seen that nigga run across the couch.
I'm gonna kick his butt. Peter better come get this nigga.
Becky whipping up that concoction.
Got you, man.
Is that a spell for Donald Trump? Is that one of them Haitian voodoo spells?
No.
You know what your boy said about Haiti now.
Yeah, I don't mess with Haitians, man. I'm good. I'm sure they're good people. I did a research project on Haiti. I'm straight. I ain't got time for Haiti. I'm cool.
Actually, Haitians are cool. Haitians
are cool, but man, they got tempers. They got tempers like Jamaican. And I got a Jamaican friend, and she, man, look here.
But they be cool, though. They just be cool as fuck, boy. And they some proud people, man. They some proud people. You be like, where are you from? If you talk to like an African dude or something like that, or I'm from Ghana, you know, or I'm from Zimbabwe, you know. Them Haitians ain't no joke. Where are you from? I am from Haiti.
I'm great. I agree.
They chest get poking out and shit from Haiti. Haiti. I'll be like, well, shit, nigga, I ain't mad at you, dog.
Yeah, they are some proud people. I will say that. Very proud of where they come from.
When you find out that they was the only nation, the only black nation to rise up and whoop the white man's ass on several occasions. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed, 1804 movie. I did a video about it. You check that out.
I did a report on that. Did a report on that a few years ago when I was in college, and I was told that I had to rewrite my report.
Oh, why is that? Because you was painting Haiti in a positive light?
Pretty much, and you know, they don't want you to talk about stuff like that because the report that I wrote, it was basically for me to test out of this English composition class. So basically I had to choose a country who they considered deprived and, you know, things like that. And I had to write about it. So I chose to write about it. And the report was the bomb. Like it was like a 20 page 10 font report. That I did all my site references and all that APA style paper. And the guy came back to me and said that he couldn't submit it to the board because even though it was a good report, they wouldn't take too kind to it. And he was like, so you're either going to do this report or you're going to have to take the class. And I said, I'm not rewriting nothing. And I went over there and got it done. I said, for racial, I feel like this is a racial attack and you need to submit, I need to submit this report. I am not Haitian, and nor am I of Haitian descent, but I feel like this is a racist attack. Them niggas, I don't even think they read the report. They just sent me the information the next day and say I tested out the class and I ain't had to pay for it.
Hell no.
That's because they want that problem.
What up, Regis?
So yeah, back to your relationships.
Yes, the relationship criteria. What do you look for in a man, Rebecca? And why do you look for these things? Like, why is it so important, the qualities that you are looking for? Those qualities, how do those qualities make you a better person?
Okay, so the reason why, that's to start off, is to be clearly honest. I have had 2 relationships, 2 serious relationships. And neither one of those people was the right choice. Not really being raised on what to look for in a man, because I have a mother who was who's on drugs, who's alcoholic, and who dealt with men who were abusive. You really don't know what to look for. Now, needless to say, I've never been in a situation where it's like her, like she would be with these niggas and then she would stay. I'm not finna stay, nor am I not about to fight back because you got me messed up. But you know that I digress. But for me, this time around, I had to say to myself, like, is it me? I had to really analyze what was attracting me to the type of man that I was settling for. And then I had to realize that it ain't all just their fault. I had to take accountability for some stuff that I allowed and didn't even necessarily know that I harbored on, because I really wanted to be happy. I really wanted to be with somebody that I wanted it to be easy. I'm not saying every relationship doesn't take work, but it shouldn't feel like a third job. Like, it shouldn't feel like a second job if you work on one. It shouldn't feel like a second job. So the qualities that I look for this particular time around was somebody who actually cared about their family. That's the first thing that I looked for. Somebody who actually have like love and respect for their parents. And I had to watch how they treated their parents. The second thing, as far as the things that I look for in a person is this person going to add value to my life? I did have to think of it from a value standpoint. Was it worth it? Because I've been married before. And, now that the both of us are older, we both can, I have been saying for the longest, but we both can say, like, we should have never got married. It was the worst decision we ever made. With my first marriage. But I wanted somebody who wasn't just like a pushover, somebody who's actually strong. And I think Regis, now a lot of people underestimate that brother because he's very mild and kind of timid for the most part. And then when you piss him off, that's it. Now, he ain't never been pissed off at me, but I've seen him pissed off at other people, and it does not go well. I mean, just think of it from a brother who really don't say nothing. They're real mild-tempered. They just kind of like chill, and they real just like low maintenance, and then you do something stupid. You know that you did something wrong to piss somebody off, to get somebody who doesn't get angry to that point. I wanted somebody who I can challenge, and they can challenge me. And somebody that I can grow with. Somebody who was logical, not kind of logical, but somebody who is logical, and somebody who's good with finances. Finances is a huge part of it. I mean, it sounds stupid, but at the end of the day, I used to wholeheartedly, and you know this, I used to wholeheartedly disagree with marriage being a business. And marriage is a business because when it comes down to it, sometimes you're going to have to pay the cost to be married. No matter what the situation is, regardless of whether you want to believe it or not. You might pay the cost to be married. But, and somebody who was trustworthy, somebody who I knew that could lead, who could lead accordingly, and somebody who can, like, in a relationship, we both have faults, but somebody, who could help you grow and develop and doesn't have a problem with lifting you up when you have down times or holding you down, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's the best I got for right now. I still got the flu, so I'm pretty sure my mind is thinking of other stuff that just ain't coming out.
So how does Regis uplift you? And
it depends on
uplift him.
And it depends on the situation. Like, I would say this. We first got together, I had more family issues than I have now. And we both did. Now, me more so, I've just reached a place now where I'm just like, forget it. But he actually had to help me get there, odd as it may seem. Because he would see certain things and he would see how certain things will roll out. And it would pretty much be the same advice that you would give me. Forget it. What you holding on for? Why do you continue to stay and try to support folks who don't really care? You know what I mean? So as far as holding down, like if I have doubts, I have a lot of doubts when it comes to my book. I'm very critical of myself. I'm very hard on myself when it comes to like projects and when it comes to like my writing and when it comes to just, people that I care about and stuff like that. I have a lot of doubts. And he's been a huge support in that. Of just reminding me of like, what are you doubting for? Like you've shown that you can do anything. So just kind of like, helping me with that little what I call woman stuff. We have like doubts and unnecessary doubts and fears and stuff like that. Being able to lift me to a place where I really believe and I really know that it's going to be okay at the end of the day. When it comes to him, my portion, Regis is more of he's a thinker. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a thinker and he internalizes a lot to process it in his head. So my holding him down, or as far as lifting him up in a sense, is just trying to get him out of his comfort zone, which typically works. And without even trying most of the time. And it's not just like me telling him what he need to do. It's just offering a different alternative. Like, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? Or have you ever thought about doing this? Or have you ever thought about doing that? And then there's the other hold down. Sometimes when you have a situation where one person is lacking here or there, then the other person, it will be their position to step up and do certain things. So kind of like, yeah, man. If that made any sense at all. It makes sense to me because I'm in the relationship.
I don't know why you always ask that. You like, does that make sense? I don't know.
Because
makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you.
Because like we as women, sometimes we talk in circles. And whether women want to admit it or not, we talk in circles. I mean, it's just what it is. And we talk a lot about nothing. We talk a lot about nothing most of the time. And we kind of get upset when people don't want to listen to everything that we have to say, but you really ain't talking about nothing.
Right.
And I will admit, I talk a lot about nothing most of the time.
Right.
But that's to ask to clarify if it makes sense. Because, like, I know we talk in circles.
Yes, so that is all well and good, my good sister. Mm-hmm. Like y'all got a nice relationship.
I mean, every relationship still needs improvement. And there's a lot of stuff that we got to work on. We've been married for what, 2 years? And 2 years, June. Is it 2 years? Yeah, 2 years in June. And we dated for a few years before then. So, yeah, man.
Right.
Growth is what it's about. The good thing is we don't argue with nobody. That's the one thing I won't do. And that's the one thing that I'm happy about is the fact that we don't, we have yet to have a yelling match. While I'm yelling at you and you yelling at me, I feel like for one, that exhausts all my energy. For two, I'm too grown for that. And for three, I'm just not going to entertain it. I'm not about to argue with nobody. So that's the one thing that I'm going to, we both have an understanding that we don't argue. Typically, we don't sweat the small stuff. It's just stuff that we need to discuss. Like, we'll discuss it. Even if one of us is so mad to the point where we just walk away, we just give each other our space, but then we always end up talking about the situation and coming up with a resolution, whether we agree to disagree. And you just kind of got to keep moving on, man. But I'm not arguing with nobody. Tell you that.
Yeah, I feel that, my nigga. You be arguing with me, though. You be arguing with me.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I just sit down like,
whatever, nigga. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga.
Man, lying to these people.
I'm playing.
Lies you tell. You have your moments, and I just be sitting there like, okay.
Nigga, we don't never get it. I can't even remember any time where we really ever had an argument.
And you be like, no, nigga, I said. And I'm like, okay.
Right, nigga, I said what I said.
I'm like, okay, nigga. All right, then.
You know it. But, let me see. What is my relationship criteria?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, she got to be about 5'7".
You gonna go through all the details.
Shape, but no, anyways.
You stupid. You gonna go through all the details.
I mean, look, looks are important to me. Not at all. So that's like one of those things, you know, I like when I look at you and I can't like get that attraction to you like instantly. You work.
So she can't look
like a Burrilla.
With a Mahalia Jackson chin.
She cannot look like a Burrilla.
Who?
Burrilla.
You stupid.
She cannot look like Wolverine from X-Men. She cannot look like Sabretooth, my nigga.
Alien versus Predator.
Looking like Killer Croc from Batman.
I know.
Yeah, but anyway.
But she got.
Besides all the physical stuff that I like, dark, you know, typically thicker side of the game, because I'm a big dude. I like big dogs and big cars and, you know, all that other stuff. Skinny women just don't do it. Just saying, you ain't necessarily got to be dark skinned, light skinned, whatever. But my biggest thing is I am complete in and of myself. Pretty much I am about as complete as I could be. So I just need, it's just like the smaller piece, you know, that belongs for somebody. But like I say right now, it's not where I'm head is at. I'm focused on making power moves. You dig what I'm saying? What's up with your face? You bullshit. I'm out here making power moves. They come back. You bullshit. But yeah, man. But that I really look for, and you know, this has always been my problem with Kim. I have a saying, and I thought of this all by myself. The saying goes, if you can't stand on your square as a queen, then you have no right to support me as your king.
I agree.
I say that, and I mean it. Like, I don't need much from you, because I'm not the type of individual. Like, I don't ask for rides. I don't ask for money unless I really need it, and other stuff like that. That's just not the type of person I am. I'm a solo dolo type of artist. I always have been. I've always been somebody who goes against the grain and wants to form his own path and make his own path in the wilderness. And sometimes that pride is a motherfucker. But that pride that I got drives me. You dig what I'm saying? It makes me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Confident in who I am and my abilities. But there's a part of me that always longed to have a wife and some kids. And if you can't stand on your own and support your own lifestyle and do good by yourself and have some drive by yourself, then it ain't no sense you talking to me. Because y'all hear me say all the time, I'm a boss, but I'm a boss in mentality both and business. So when I say I'm a boss, I don't mean that to be arrogant, but I'm just mean that to say, like, nigga, I'm the shit. And I know I'm the shit, car or no car, apartment or no apartment. I've lost apartments, I've lost houses, cars, I've lost jobs. But that was mainly back when I was younger, but still. Who I am and what I'm getting ready to do, what I am working on, is some next level shit, like 2-3 levels above everybody else. So I have a certain standard of myself when I come to the table, and I expect a female to have that same type of standard. I can tell based off of how you look what type of person you are. Not always, but I look for little stuff. Hair done. Whether it be weave, natural, whatever. Is it done? Does it look right? Does it look good? I can understand if your hairdo been in a week or two, or your braids, your new growth is coming all up in the front, and I get it. I understand that. But your hair look good at one time. Don't get that $35 quick weave and think go out to the club sprues. That's that old school club for them St. Louis niggas, sprues.
Yeah, man, like when I was 19, that's the club that some of the people I knew used to go to. I'm like,
sprues, the
Mono, wow, that club has been so many different names. I can't even look.
You know how it goes. But I look for a certain type of spirit, you know what I mean? Like a certain type of elevation. Who are you? What are you about? And I'm going to know these things based off of how you look in your conversation. So, and then, it's a lot of factors that goes into who I choose to talk to or even entertain. Because like I say, I be having females trying to get at me. I just don't really entertain them. Honestly, it kind of bores me. It kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. I'll be like, why are you talking to me? Wait for me. But that's kind of how I am, period. Because a lot of times I'll be listening to stuff on my headphones, especially at work, and people be trying to talk to me, and I'll be like, oh my God. Why? Can I live? Can I just be? Especially them old niggas who always ask the same questions every time you see me. Yeah, when that there thing right there gonna be open? Now, I don't know. Well, you don't know? No, sir, I don't know. Security guard, I don't know when that thing over there gonna be open. Or they'll be like, what time the train come? And if I'm at Wellston, like Wellston, Delmar, Rock Road, I know what time the train comes. As far as like the eastbound side anyway. Anywhere else, they'd be like, well, what time that train there come? I don't know. But what you can do, there's a thing right there. It's got the information. It's got the schedules on. Like we supposed to know all the information. But anyways, I digress. A lot that goes into me choosing a female, one, your looks gotta be on par. You know, preferably 8s through 10s, but I'll mess with a 7 if she right. You know, gotta have that spirit. You know what I mean? You gotta be intelligent. You gotta be educated. Ain't like educated as in like studied for yourself, not necessarily college educated. You know, if you college educated, still have some street smarts, have some other book smarts and stuff that you can fall back on to help you do what you do, whatever. If I don't date a female with kids, 2 max, 2 is max. Preferably, I'd like to have none, but trying to find a female at 30 with no kids who's actually around my age bracket, with no kids around my age bracket, with no kids around my age bracket.
I mean, it's rough. That's a rough life, man. I was worried. I was worried for myself because I used to say that in my 20s and be like, man, it's so hard to find a man with no kids. And the one relationship I had at that time, he only had 2 kids. After we broke up, he ended up having 3 more. And then when I got married, I was married to somebody who had a child and also had a stepdaughter because, you know, he was dating her before his child came along and she already had a kid. And so that's 2 kids, you know what I mean? I'm still sitting here with none. And it's like, that's a rough life. I mean, the good thing is I didn't have those kind of issues with baby mom because what I said went with the both of them. Like, we ain't finna do this, but I ain't had a problem. So I was worried, man. I understand the concern because I specifically said I didn't want nobody with children. Nobody with kids. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go through that headache trying to get to know another kid, trying to go through all this stuff with the baby mama, brother. Man, I just wasn't for it. So good luck, brother. She out there somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things, man. Like I say, preferably I'd like to have females, none, but that's unrealistic unless I'm finna get like a 19, 20-year-old, and even a lot of these females got kids, but I'm not raising no babies. I know that's one of them old sayings. The elders in the community say that I ain't raising no babies.
What was that song they came out back to the
I don't want no boy. You know your grandma now. I don't want nobody got milk on his breath now, baby. That's too young. I'm not out here finna be raising no 20, 21-year-old. I'm not finna do that.
Yeah, and then you walk in the house and they kids playing that song. They go, "You ain't my daddy. Shut up."
You ain't my daddy. Shut up.
You ain't my daddy. Shut up.
You so bad. I'm not bad. You just Max. You ain't my
dad.
That's the BET Uncut days.
David turn around and walk right back out. They be like, "You sure right."
Yeah, you sure right. I mean, kids love me though, man. I'm fantastic with kids. Kids love the shit out of me. I'm cool with kids. I don't have a problem dating a woman with kids, but again, you gotta stand on your own. You gotta take care of your kids. I ain't boo-boo.
Superman.
I may be Superman, goddammit, but I
ain't see that tattoo you got on your arm. They know you coming to fix it all.
I ain't super simp. Superman, not super simp. I don't simp. That's what I'm gonna do.
Baby.
At all. But yeah, you know, it's stuff that I be telling people, man, like you gotta look for the red flags.
True.
You gotta be like I was at Wellston a couple months ago. I had about a 3-hour counseling session with this dude.
Why? 3 hours?
You know what? I don't know. I guess he started asking me questions, and then we just end up talking, and then I end up becoming the ghetto Dr. Phil. Not Phil.
Oh, I get that all the time.
Not Phil Valentine, but you know, Phil, the other nigga, Phil. But yeah, man, man, you know, I got all up into his business and whatnot, and you know, he was telling me about his baby moms and a whole bunch of other stuff. And he was telling me, was like, well, her friend, one of my baby mamas, her friend got 8 kids, and blah, 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 hold it. Yo,
just roll past that.
Yo, BM friend has 8 kids. He like, yeah, brother, that's a red flag right there. That is a red flag, huh?
I said I got questions after that, because now my questions are, how many kids does your baby mama have, and why does she associate herself with somebody? I mean, is it 8 kids? Was she married to somebody and they have 8 children? Is it 8 kids by 8 different daddies? Like, I have questions, because he's gonna let me know the type of person that he's dealing
Section
with.
8 Racho, 8 kids.
Oh no! Why are you dealing with somebody? I can honestly say I don't talk to nobody who on Section 8. I have not one friend who's on Section 8, and not because I think they're horrible people. Because there's some people who got Section 8 that's just having a rough time in their life. They use it for what they need to do, and they keep it moving. But 8 of them, I need to go to her house and get a meal, because I pay for that Section 8 no food stamps. I'm just saying, can I get a home sandwich?
Man,
I digress.
Right, but I mean, certain things that you gotta look for. You gotta look for the red flags. Certain little stuff, like, bro, that's a red flag. Me, I'm like, you are who you associate yourself with. Hashtag Oprah Winfrey. Associate yourself with. If you telling me your baby mama is raggedy, and for her to associate with a bitch. And that's basically what you are. You a bitch. You a female dog bitch. You got 8 kids, by probably 3, 4, 5 different niggas. And if that's the friend that your baby mama is hanging out with, bro, that's a red flag. I had to tell the dude, he'd be like, man, because I think one female was living in his house or something. And I'm like, look, man, just change the locks. Get the fuck up out of there. Change the locks. Your house is good. That's your house, right? He like, yeah, that's my house. Okay, kick the fuck out. She gotta go. Change the locks. Take your cape. Burn it. Burn it. Put some diesel fuel on it, some gasoline, some kerosene, some jet fuel. Burn your cape, bro. You can't be out here saving these hoes. And you out here trying to save these hoes. You are neglecting your needs and the needs of your children, bro, because you need to focus on you. And I know folk don't want to focus on them, but I'm like, bro, you need to focus on you and get yourself together, man. You got all these skills, bro. Put that to work for you. You know what I mean? Instead of running behind these females, nigga, you need to build something that you can pass down to your kids. I had a good little 3-hour session with the man. He's like, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's, red flags, man. You gotta look at the stuff. It's just like if a female, you talk to a female and she be like, yeah, if you ever cheat on me, I'll cut your dick off.
Wow.
I'll be like, check, please.
Right.
let me get my 2-item minimum so I can get out of here. Right, so those are the type of things that you gotta look for, man. So me, it's a lot into what I look for as far as the criteria of a woman. But if I had to narrow it down to a list, intelligence, got to be educated outside of the system, outside of the master system. You don't necessarily have to be pro-black, but I would love for you to love who you are. Like, I can't date no self-hating female. Like, it's not what we're not gonna do. You gotta have some type of business savvy. You gotta have some type of hustle, man. You gotta be down to ride for a nigga, man. Most importantly, like, I don't really need much. I really don't. But you gotta be down for riding for a nigga. You gotta be like Bonnie and Clyde. You know what I mean? You gotta be like Denzel and Pauletta. You know what I mean? You gotta hold me down. Denzel's wife held him down while he was a struggling actor, got his teeth fixed and everything, was with the brother while he was going through the struggle. And Denzel is gonna go down in history as one of the greatest actors of all time. And he didn't leave her. He needed day one. That type of chick. One thing I can say about Kim, she'll hold you down if only for a second.
Only for what?
If only for a second, Kim will hold you down. Right, like I say, like I don't hate Kim. Kim's got some very great qualities, man. Like I say, we could have been great together, but she fucked it up.
But she just lacked consistency. Right. She lacked consistency of pain.
Right. But anyways, it's like when she came down here a couple years ago, I didn't have no cash money. I caught the bus down to the Amtrak Greyhound station. So I got off of work, changed clothes, had time to wash my face, and then walk down the Grand so I catch the Metrolink, get off of WAP, bam, done deal. I didn't have cash fare. I didn't have no money on me. I wouldn't have gotten paid until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was like 12 o'clock, so we was probably gonna be stranded for a couple hours until that deposit hit. I was like, hey babe, you got cab fare? She was like, yeah, I got it. I was like, all right, cool. I get paid in the morning. So when I go out to do what I do, typical, go out, get paid, buy some weed, come back. You know what I mean? This nigga on the fifth side of the game. What you doing?
Yeah.
Sucking on the lemon?
Yeah.
Don't you know, nigga, all you need is some tussin'. All you need is some of that tussin'.
Tussin', hear everything according to Chris Rock.
Some of that tussin'. Fix everything. Broke leg, tussin'. But anyways, Kim was the only female that I've ever messed with who gave me my own day. Like, that shit was special. Like, I was choked up. I started grabbing my pearls. She like, hey, what do you want to do today? We can do whatever you want to do. It's your day. I was like, oh, my own day. Yes. God damn, I ain't never had my own day before. She talking about some, what do you want to do? I'm like, hold up, give me a second. I got to think about this. I ain't never had my own day before. What do I want to do? Shit. It was just such a shock. I'm like, usually
men don't get that. Men don't get that.
Usually females be asking you the next time when you could take them out, but Kim like, hey,
that's what I was getting ready to say.
Today's your day. I'm like, well, shit. You think about it for a second. I was like, well, fuck it. We'll rest up for a little bit. We'll go to Red Lobster. And, we'll grab a couple bottles of wine or something, come back to the crib. So, and this is after we got back from church. So, church on the north side. I live all the way on the south side. On a Sunday, on the bus. It's a long-ass ride. I was like, all right, well, we'll rest up for a little while and go back out. It was cold. It was gloomy. It was kind of windy outside. And Kim was like, you know what? I really don't feel like going nowhere. I was like, yeah, I really don't feel like going nowhere either. Because she had told me, she was like, hey, call up your weed man. Like, before that, she was like, hey, call up your weed man. I was like, oh, well, shit. And I was like, nah, because he on the west, and we just came from over there. Like, if we had known, we could have stopped because we caught the bus right by his spot. So we could have got off, but she didn't tell me till we got back on the south side. So I was like, nah. She like, you sure? I was like, yeah, because that's where we just came from, and I'm not trying to go back down there on Sunday. Like, no, I'm not trying to do that. So he was like, all right, if you sure. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Fast forward. She like, well, I don't feel like going nowhere. I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like going nowhere at this point either. She like, well, what you want to do? I was like, well, shoot, let's get some emos. We'll order some emos. We'll go down to Quick Trip. We'll get a couple bottles of wine. And, we'll just cuddle up with some emos, some wine, and some movies. You know what I mean? She like, oh, okay, cool. So we walk out the crib. Now, you know, I stayed right there, Pennsylvania and Ginuwine. So basically, Gravois, Pennsylvania, Arsenal, right there at the way right there. That's where I stayed at. 2 blocks from there. So, come out the house. Dude, like, hey, what's up, man? Y'all need some weed? Oh, yeah, I just so happen to be in the market for some.
Just so happened.
Just so happen to be in the market for some weed. What you got? He like, man, I got some Pineapple Express. Cool. What you selling it for? I was like, let me see it.
These damn strands, these names. This is how you know somebody who don't smoke. I've never heard nobody call weed Pineapple Express. I got the
Pineapple Express. That's actual strain, though. Pineapple Express is a strain. It's very
right. It's like some of these strains I ain't never heard of before.
Oh man, they got Pineapple Express, Glookies, Girl Scout cookies. They got like Hydro, King Louis, White Widow, Moon Rock, all type of shit.
I've heard of them, but like the
regular weed. I don't want no Thriller, Killer, Salmonella, none of that. I just want regular weed. So anyways, I checked the product out like I always do. I'm like, yeah, okay, everything looked good. I'm like, how much you selling it for? He was like, oh, I'm selling these for $5 a while. I was like, oh, for real? Let me get 4 of them, babe, pay it, man. Went a while, I got the dub, gave it to the dude. I'm like, oh. She like, is it good, babe? I'll be like, I don't know. It smelled good, it looked good. Gotta smoke it. I'm like, cool, we got some weed, so shit, Quick Trip right there. Emo on the corner, so we like, cool. Went over to Emo's, ordered a pizza, walked down to Quick Trip, picked out a couple bottles of wine. I'm not a wine drinker, but Kim liked to drink wine, so it's me to meet her, or any woman for that matter, part ways. I might not necessarily be a wine drinker, but I drink wine because Kim like wine, and it's cool. I drink wine. I'm not opposed to it. You know, that broadened my circumference a little bit. I have never really fucked with the wine like that. So anyways, we come back, get some Emos, go to the crib. We have a fantastic time. She paid for the wine, the weed, and the Rellos, and the Emos. I was like, that is that shit. That is that shit. If I could get somebody to do that for me, like I would do that for them, that is incredible. If I could find somebody to reciprocate the type of energy, because I would give you the sun, the moon, and the stars, and everything in between. There's a scene in Kill Bill where Hattori Hanzo makes that last sword, and he says, this is the finest sword I have ever made. If you encounter God on your journey, God will get cut. I feel like I will move heaven and earth, and I will fight God himself, herself, whatever, for my woman. If I love you like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of dude gonna tell you, give me your keys, take my car. You might not even know what the fuck I'm doing, because I ain't got to tell you everything it is that I'm doing. You might not even know. I'll be like, hey, give me your keys. I'll bring that motherfucker cleaned out, washed, waxed, tires rotated, oil change, new air filter, and gonna have a little Febreze thing that you put on the vents, or have one of them black ice trees in the windshield. That's the type of nigga I am. Unfortunately, I have not found a female who's worthy of that type. Well, no, I take that back. There have been 2. Kim and Lisa. I would have moved heaven and earth for Lisa too, man. I love the shit out of Lisa, boy. Boy, Lisa.
There's a little boo thing. I remember her.
Man, and she will cook for a nigga too, boy. I come over to the crib, she'll cook. I'll be like, oh damn. Kim, Lisa was like what, 10 years older than me? Yeah, older than me. So I was 25, she was 35. I come over, she'll cook for a nigga, she'll fix a nigga a drink. I'm like, damn. I would clean the house. I straight cleaned her whole house. Like she cooked. I ate shit. She was like, "Oh, Big Papa," that's my nickname. Big Papa, I'm gonna run to the store and get some cigarettes. I'm like, all right, cool. By the time she got back, I had the dishes clean, floor was mopped, table was wiped off. I was sweeping and vacuuming the motherfucking carpet and everything. Like, that's the type of
y'all might as well be together.
yeah, we was so good together, man. So good. But I think she was scared, man. I think she was scared of whatever was next. And that was kind of my thing. I could have pursued more, but I was kind of scared of what was next because I didn't want to mess up what we had. Even though in the back of my mind, I always knew, like, hey, we can take this another step further. Even though she always said she didn't want a relationship. That's what she say. But women's lie all the time. You know what I mean? Like, we would stay up, like, all night just talking, man. Like, I have never, like I say, aside from her and Kim, I have never found that where I could just be on the phone or be talking to a female. Like me and Lisa, man, one time I went over her crib like 4, 5 in the evening on a Saturday, and we straight smoked, drank, chill, talk, and listened to the best, greatest hits of Sade over and over and over again. We was rapping straight hard until like 6 in the morning. Like the sun came out. The same CD been playing. But we steady talking, man, and it was beautiful. It's beautiful. But that fell by the wayside. So, until I get more lawns and all of that back up on the road, I am not going to be talking to anybody like that for real. So, how do you know when you found somebody special, Becky?
Depends. I think, it's all about discernment for me. I mean, and recognizing who you are and who they are, and don't lie to yourself about what it is. That's typically how I figured out that I found somebody special. I just had to discern who their character were, watch how they moved.
Did you pray for discernment? Speak on it.
I did not pray for discernment. I did not. I will say this. I did when I was 19, but I have not prayed for discernment since I was 19. I prayed for discernment or wisdom when I was 19.
Right.
And at the time, I felt like I got it, and I felt like it worked for me. And it's something life teaches you. Right. I have not prayed for discernment since then. Because at the end of the day, like, you know who you're talking to. You know who you're dealing with. When prime example, like this girl that I talked to, say, I'm not going to go too far into it, but it's almost like women always want to tell what somebody else did, but they don't ever want to tell what they do in a relationship. They don't want to never hold themselves accountable for what they do. And you got somebody who's going through all this stuff, and all the signs in the beginning showed you that he wasn't about nothing, and you chose to overlook it. But instead of you saying like, hey, I chose to overlook it, you'll say, oh, well, I just didn't see it. I must have been blinded. No, you wasn't blinded. You knew what it was. When you felt it in your spirit, you knew that this is not the person that you're supposed to be with.
I'm a dog. Treat it like a dog. Feed it like a dog. Treat it like a dog. Then I'll pass it to my dog. Gucci Man. That's that old classic Gucci Man. I'm a dog. Told you. He told you.
Yeah.
He changed his life around, though. He changed his life around.
Yes, he did.
Yes. Shout out to Gooch and K.R.
That song is a very real song. And the way that this man moved, the way he walked, the way he talked, the way he treated his people, the way he treated his friends, and most importantly, the way that he treated you shows you everything you needed to see, but you chose the Lord. Now, whose fault is that? It ain't yours.
Rebecca, he beats me, but he really loves me, and I love him.
And that means absolutely nothing to me. And that's what I told this girl Saturday. She said, well, he was mentally, physically, verbally, and emotionally abusive, and we have 2 kids together, and I don't really know how to use the internet like that. Mind you, she's born in 87. And she's like, I really don't know how to use the internet like that. And all of his accounts is linked to my checking account. And it keeps zeroing out my account, paying his Netflix bills and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I moved out. I was in the shelter. I didn't have a job. And now I have a job now. And I'm trying to get caught back up and blah, blah, blah. And I texted him and asked him, why does he keep taking the money out of my account? And you know what my conversation was? Why does it matter?
Why
matter? Why does it matter? Like, first of all, why are you texting him?
Because he loves
you. Like, so I said, your problem is you too busy trying to convince an insane person that they should be sane. I said, this boy is in a state of selfishness. He don't care about you. He don't care about them damn kids. Your priority, your focal point should be you and your children. There is no reason why you should not be able to use the internet. If you can send a text message, you know how the internet works. I don't understand it. And if you don't know, there are free classes in the state of Missouri to where you can go and get yourself educated.
Oh, you talking about that shit.
Yeah, there is no excuse. You too busy on the phone trying to take to him and trying to get him to understand that him taking your money is hurting your children together. Why do you even bother to text him? You don't even have a conversation. Why haven't you changed your bank account information? Like, you too busy trying to figure out why this nigga doing what he doing and you ain't even figured out what you got to do. Why are you worried about what he doing? Apparently he's showing you he don't give a damn. So you're trying to make somebody who's 1,000% selfish understand that he needs to care about your kids. He don't care about himself. He damn sure can't care about you and no kids. Because if he cared about himself, he would do that. And you don't even care about you. Because you too busy trying to figure out why he doing what he doing when you can't even figure out what you need to do. Which shows me that you don't care about yourself. Yeah, it was a long conversation. I'm just saying. I digress.
Right. So you're finished.
Yes, I'm so done. It pisses me off.
Okay.
Stupid women.
We have been on this topic for long enough. So I was going to say very quickly, how do I know I found somebody special? And like I say, I have fallen in love. I have love for a lot of people. But in love, I've only been in love twice. So how do I know? If I can feel it in my heart and rationalize it in my head, it's true. Because I can think of situations out. But if I can feel it and think it and rationalize my feelings, then I know it to be true. You know, if I can't stop about you, or when I think about you, you know, my heart get heavy, you know, it kind of feel like your blood, you know, your heart pumping a little bit harder, you know, the little stuff that you used to see like in old Looney Tunes cartoons. You see that she's the wolf or somebody and the heart used to come out the chest. Like, you know, those are real feelings, man. And, you know, I felt like that when I thought about the women that I love, man. You know what I mean? But that's how I know. That's how I know. So anyways, dating with kids, yes or no?
No, I can't. Because I've been there before. So I'm a little biased to it because I've been there. So don't get me wrong. I think that would make a great parent. I'd probably be a bit of an asshole. Well, not really an asshole, but a jerk. But I've had a hand in helping to raise a lot of children. And I just think that it's too much. I got away easy because as far as my first relationship is concerned, it was rough. And you would have thought that would have been a relationship where I would have said, hell no, I'm not doing this with kids. Because no matter how much you try to meet on common ground, it's unfortunately some ratchet women out there. And the ratchet one wasn't the black one. The ratchet one was the white one. She was more ratchet than the rest of them. That chick is like a different level of psychotic and crazy, but I'm not even going to go there right now. But like the second relationship, it wasn't necessarily too bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. She was nasty. She was dirty. Her whole family was nasty and dirty. Their house stank. She stank. Clothes stank. And kids had a ritual where you had to bring them in the house as soon as they hit the door. Your clothes go in the washer and you take a shower. But
Dorothy?
when it came to the kids, like their education, and as far as us like co-parenting and things like that, I didn't have the issue in that respect because I felt like I was the parent because I felt like they were just too lazy to do anything.
They were.
So most of the time, when I made decisions, my decisions were always the right one, and they always stood by my decisions. And that's probably why I had it the easiest. I didn't have all them issues when it came to her, and even her mama. When her mama tried to check me, I had to check her mama. And I wasn't disrespectful, I cuss her out, but I checked her in a way to let her know at the end of the day, I do more than what your daughter do for your grandkids.
Oh no.
I do more than what her daddy do for them grandkids, and I do more than what the nieces, aunts, cousins, and everybody who's living in that house do for them kids. So it was like, let me just tell you what this is right now. So anytime I made a decision, nobody overstepped my decision because it was always the right one. And I wasn't ignorant about it. Going through all of that, after that was over, I said, hell no. I said, I would rather be by myself than date somebody who got kids. And I meant that.
Right? Well, I'll date somebody with kids. Like I say, 2's max. 1, none preferred. And then 1, and then 2, obviously. You know what I mean? I say, if you kids and you dress good and you dress nice and your kids dress nice and they look good and your kids ain't retarded and you a disciplinarian, that's another important thing. You have to be a disciplinarian of your children because I'm going to whoop their ass. If you don't want that, then you need to stay away from it.
That's a good policy to have.
And that's all I got to say about that. So, let's get back on the Black Panther. Not sure if you're aware, but Black Panther has broken all pre-sale movie records
ever
come out.
I agree. That is a fact.
Now, not saying that that's not a good thing, but let me just say this. That's great for what it is. Now, I like Marvel Comics. I really do. Marvel has never gave that much attention to Black Panther. So why is coming out with the movie now? Probably because there's a resurgence of, Black Power and all of the other stuff, which it is what it is. I mean, it's the smart business move to capitalize up off of the movement. I'm not shitting on it. But you see that the movie has broke all pre-sale records. I wish that could have been, I know it's Marvel rights properties. Marvel, I wish it could have been a black-owned company who could have done something like that. You say, ain't got no power. Well, we just showed you how much power that we have as far as spending power.
True.
When the movie going to come out for a whole nother month.
Yep.
A whole month, and it's broken all pre-sale records, and black people getting excited. That's wonderful, I guess, to a certain extent. I'm going to see it. But at the same time, are you supporting like movies like Hidden Colors and Out of Darkness and 1804, The Hidden History of Hate? You know what I mean? Are you getting excited over Black Panther? I like Black Panther, don't get me wrong. I'm glad to see the Chadwick Boseman ass is playing on some shit, even though that nigga play every black person in the whole history, no matter how light, no matter how dark, they're going to have Chadwick Boseman playing.
Really? It's weird because that's the only thing I've ever seen him in is Black Panther. He's been in other stuff?
What? Let me run down the list for you. Black Panther is the most recent, latest Thurgood Marshall is coming out after this sometime. Thurgood Marshall, a light-skinned black man. He was our first Supreme Court justice. He was bootleg, but I digress. Gotta take the good with the bad. W.E.B. Du Bois is bootleg too. But both of them have good information, so you gotta take the good with the bad. We already know what the bootleg does, so ain't no need to speak on it. Wick has done Black Panther, Thurgood Marshall, 42 as Jackie Robinson. He played James Brown. The nigga been in tons of movies.
That's probably because I ain't never seen none of those movies.
Yeah, the nigga been in tons of movies. He's a fantastic actor, but why you gotta have this man play every black person ever?
The new Samuel L. Jackson.
Nah, they ain't gonna have him play no historical figure. This is him, motherfucker. All these crackers gonna die today. Yeah. So,
do you think that if that was a movie that Tariq Nasheed or somebody like that would have came out with, if it was one of ours, do you think that it would have been an outpour of black support the way that it is because it's a Marvel comic?
Hell no.
I don't think so either.
Hell no. Marvel has more exposure. I get it. I understand. It is what it is. I'm not knocking Marvel for doing what they do. I like Marvel. But at the same time, you have to look at all the agents, bedwitches, and coons who have been coming out like, oh, yay, Black Panther. Oh, my God, yay, Black Panther, Black Panther. But Master let you talk about how good Black Panther is, even though that's fictional. Master don't let you come out and write articles about 1804 and Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 because that's non-fiction. That was some shit that Africans actually did. Ain't no fantasy to it. So you see the Root and Shea Butter, Twitter, and all these motherfuckers coming out and be like, oh yeah, Black Panther, yay. Oh, oh man, it's breaking so many records. Oh, black people, yes, black people, but none of the money is, aside from the cast and crew, ain't no money going into the hands of no Black Panther. I mean, no black person outside of the cast and crew.
And it's not an all-black cast like they try to make it seem.
I know, that's supposed to be.
It's a predominantly black cast, right, but it's not an all-black.
Right. And, you know, it's one of them things. I'm just saying, like, watch the trichonology. You know what I mean? With these people flip-flopping and carrying on like your boy Roller the Boule Bird Martin. Yeah, and then, you know, Marvel is not necessarily squeaky clean when it comes to Black Panther anyways. Because it's a dude, his name is Ta-Nehisi Coates. He is an author. I know he got a couple books out there. But he is also a loose booty bandit. And I was watching a video that Professor Black Truth was doing about Black Panther. Come to find out, this moist nigga been writing all type of little moist shit in Black Panther, trying to get a moist agenda across, and then they end up spinning off and making like a lesbian, like some lesbian spin-off comic book, some bullshit. Yes. I will send you the link if you want it. It's very deep. He goes, history goes back to the beginning, like, hey, you look at Black Panther's costume, they really didn't do nothing. He's basically a dude in a jumpsuit with a black mask. You know what I mean? So just take all those into account. You know what I mean? It's nice to understand both sides of it. I'm still gonna go see the movie. You know what I mean? But just understanding how things work, how things come together. It's not a coincidence that Black Panther was put out here and now.
And now Stan Lee has allegations against him as well.
What did you say about Stan Lee?
Now Stan Lee has sex allegations against him from multiple women, and he's denying all of them.
Please.
And look, all of them are requesting payment.
Please.
He said it was from nurses and a masseuse, and now all of a sudden, right a month before the movie comes out, here come these sex allegations, and they all requesting money.
Because it's the same thing with Birth of a Nation, Turner Birth of a Nation, the Nate Parker Birth of a Nation. Came out all type of stuff that he sexually assaulted this girl, even though he and this white girl went to court and he won because it was consensual sex. But all the Negro bed wenches and all the black people and all the white horsemen that could, and Humpty Dumpty and them and Nene and them from over there.
Yep. And
we gotta have to boycott this movie. He raped. Anytime you see a movie that posts black people in a positive light, white folk gonna get mad. Look at Luke Cage. And Luke Cage is not even a movie. Luke Cage is a fucking series. And it takes black actors in Harlem and all the white people get mad. How come this doesn't have any diversity? Fuck you and your diversity, nigga. When's the last time your movies was diverse?
All your movies, the black person get killed first.
Except for Blade. Y'all came out.
Right.
Blade was like the first Marvel movie to actually pop off and make Marvel movies pop. You know what I mean? It was Blade that got them rolling in the movie business, and after the success of Blade 1, Blade 2 and 3, I think it was a 2 and 3, they basically kind of shitted on Wesley Snipes and made Blade the main character, a lesser character, and tried to prop somebody else up. So, again, I like Blade, the movie. I thought they were decent. I thought the first one was good. I can't necessarily remember the other ones. I know there was one with Triple H.
Ryan Reynolds and Justin Timberlake's wife. I want to say her name, Jessica Biel or something like that.
Right, Jessica Biel. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, look, you just got to look at it from both sides. Again, if we was to do Blade or if we was to do Black Panther, our own version of Black Panther, whatever that may be, then we could do it the way we want to do it. I think there's a comic book series. It's called Gods to Kings or something like that, or Kings to Gods. Something. I keep seeing advertisements on Facebook and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you do it yourself, you put your own money up, and it's financed by black people, it's made for black people, then you can tell the story the way you want to tell it. And I think with all the talent that we have, how come we cannot come up with our own lane and make our own comic book superheroes?
True.
Let me see. What else do we have on the list? On the map.
You're stupid.
Hour and 42 minutes. Cool.
Got the girl Oprah. Why is my time say longer than that? My time says 1:47.
Well, that's how long we were recording, is an hour and 42 minutes. On the map,
said your girl.
on the map.
Where is that paper? You said Oprah and then.
Hey, remember that nigga Laugh Love at the comedy show? He was talking about, he went over old Gail crib, and he like, yeah, I'm used to the kids going to bed. He like, oh, don't worry about it. She put on the movie. This dude in the bedroom, and he trying not to listen to Dora the Explorer while he's smashing their mama. But all you can hear is, map. This nigga talking about, we did it. And when that nigga nut, he was like, we did it. Yeah.
He's stupid, man.
That nigga is stupid. I was like, for real, bro. And you know that's a real experience, bro. Ain't nobody ever gonna think. There's no way my mind would ever think of that shit unless it actually happened.
He's stupid.
Yes, but Oprah If I had Oprah, I would marry her and keep her hashtag MJG. That's the MJG line. Oprah is sexy as fuck. I would bang her. I know she don't like dick, so I guess it's a lost cause.
She ain't stealing all the time.
She be with Gail. Her and Gail be. Her and Gail be on them camping trips and shit like Brokeback Mountain. Stedman ain't never hit that nigga. Stedman getting paid there. Stedman getting paid to be there. Stedman ain't hit. So, Rebecca, have you heard the speech that Oprah made at the Golden Globes?
Yeah, I heard it. It was on Facebook, whatever. I was like, oh, okay. I really didn't have much to say about it.
Well, there are a couple of things I would like to address. And I cannot remember all of them off top. I would actually have to play the video in the background, which I think that's what I might do. I want to listen to this speech, and I'm only going to play it through my headphones so I can hear it. But there's a few things that I wanted to touch on because she said something about Reese Taylor. And she was a woman who got, okay. She says in 1964, she was sitting on the floor watching whoever, Bancroft or whoever, give Sidney Poitier the Best Actor Oscar, and he was the first African American to get. And she says she has never seen a black man celebrated like that before, which tells me that you only see value in us when the dominant society is lifting you up and propping us up. When a white candidate, not a white candidate, but a white film crew, Hollywood studio, the people that decide the Oscars decide to give Sidney Poitier, someone who was celebrated in the black community years long before he ever had an Oscar. But she says that I have never seen somebody celebrated like that before, and he was a black man. She only sees value in us when we're being celebrated by the dominant society. Let me see. And she goes on about how she's proud to have the first black woman to have this award. And Oprah says, speaking your truth is the most powerful tool you have. And then she goes on to thank all the women who had to endure years of abuse and assault, because her family had bills to pay, and all that. They're like, okay, whatever. So then she paid tribute to Reese Taylor, and I don't even need to go on the rest of it. She paid tribute to Reese Taylor, a young black woman raped by a group of white men in 1944. She put that out there in conjunction with Harvey Weinstein and hashtag #MeToo to basically say, oh, we all understand your struggle. We're all the same. Reese Taylor got raped by a group of white men. Totally different. Totally different. And I don't know what happened to your video, my naga. But anyways, it's not the same. It's not even close. A black woman getting raped in 1944 by a group of white men is not the same as you being molested or, have sexual relations with Harvey Weinstein. They're two totally different things.
I agree.
You getting raped, them white men raping a black woman was about power, racial power, and racial dominance over another group. Harvey Weinstein is just a pervert. And he uses his influence and his power to trick, or not necessarily trick women, to give women the choice of the blue pill or the red pill. I'm Harvey Weinstein. I am the shit. I am the gateway to you being successful. So you gonna suck and fuck, or I can make your life very hard for you. Promise you, in Hollywood. Do you want to be a star? I want to be a star. I mean, do you really want to be a star? Are you going to do anything it takes for you to be a star? I want to be a star. Then get on your dick. Well, I don't know about that. I thought you wanted to be a star. Well, I do. Then get over here and suck on this dick. Well, I do want to be a star. Well, I guess a little bit of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation won't help. They're two totally different things. It's not the same. Reese Taylor didn't have a choice that she got raped. And for Oprah to compare Reese Taylor to these hoes and skanks who've been sleeping and around with Harvey Weinstein and then throwing hashtag Me Too, we understand your struggle, you should be ashamed of yourself. And even worse, Oprah is friends with Harvey Weinstein. Oprah is one of those women who has been fucked by Harvey Weinstein. When you come out with pictures and you got your hand on that man's inner thigh, we know what that means. That means you either want the dick or you gonna get some dick. Or you either way, there's some dick and some pussy involved. I'm just saying. You had your hand on his inner thigh and you was just cheesing and grinning and everything. And let me say this. Harvey Weinstein. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Harvey Weinstein like August Greeley from Captain Planet. Speak on
it. You ignorant. I got time to play with you today.
You can't tell me Harvey Weinstein do not look like August. If August Greeley had a dirty ass 5 o'clock shadow, which I don't remember if he did or not, but Harvey Weinstein and August Greeley are like brothers even. They look just. That's like that nigga Beast form. You transform, that nigga turn into August Greeley. He turned into a whole pig. Oprah to allow a man who looks like that. If you cool with it, you bad wenching. Oprah bad wenching. Hard. And has been. And then she gonna come out.
This
What Harvey Weinstein did. Shame on you. Bitch. You did not condemn that man. You just like, oh, when I heard about Harvey Weinstein, I was like, oh my God, oh. You ain't condemn that motherfucker though. Becky, go ahead. Bring the receipts up.
Are you talking about Harvey Weinstein?
Harvey Weinstein and Oprah, and all her hand was on his inner thigh. If my hand is on a woman's inner thigh and she allows it to be there, she getting fucked. She knows she getting fucked, and I know she getting fucked. If she got her hand on my inner thigh, that means she wanna fuck. So if Oprah got her hand on Harvey Weinstein inner thigh, and you just cheesing and grinning, that means you want the dick. Go ahead, Becky. Go for it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people kind of calling her out, saying this is the same woman who slept her way to the top. She rarely ever did shows regarding like sexual predators and how basically they trying to say that she allegedly qualifies to be president because of a little 7-minute speech that she gave. And I'm like, dang, it's crazy that you don't even have to necessarily qualify in anything now. You don't even have to be smart. All you gotta do is give a 7-minute speech and they want you as president. And people are trying to say, oh, they're hating because they don't like women. All this whole other kind of nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, ain't got to do with people hate women. She's not qualified. She just isn't.
She's Oprah. She is qualified. Because her name
she's qualified
because her name is Oprah. She's qualified.
And then you sit up here sleeping with the same sexual predator, and you best friends with the same sexual predator that you knew that all of Hollywood knew was sleeping with these women. And my question is, what does Harvey Weinstein? Because have you ever noticed that the people who are famous, or what they consider famous, don't really come out and speak against Harvey Weinstein?
Nope.
They'll just give like a generic blanket statement. Like, oh, you know, I feel bad for what those girls say they experienced. And I think this is good dialogue and this is bringing on a great conversation. Nobody's coming out saying, Harvey Weinstein did that shit, he a creep, blah, 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 blah. You know, nobody, I mean, I'm not saying you have to specifically say that, but nobody's really speaking out against the man. They just said, oh, well, we're sorry that the girls, if this is what these women say they experienced, or they allegedly experienced. So my question was, and still is, what the hell does Harvey Weinstein have over you to where you can't come and tell the truth?
Their whole career?
And it got to be a lot of niggas. It's got to be everybody, because everybody in Hollywood knew what it was. And if you didn't know firsthand by seeing it or by hearing it from that person or somebody else, you know somebody that knows somebody who's been, who's had the experience that and go through that.
Everybody knows. It's no secret.
So it just makes me ask questions.
You are the company you keep. People are like, oh, they didn't know. Oprah couldn't have known. Wow, wow, wow. You have known. Do you know what your best friend doing? No, I don't. But at the same time, if my best friend is a murderer or a dope fiend, eventually I'm gonna find out.
She had to know. He was the one. He's one of the people she slept with. Hey, Jimmy ain't know.
And all the Hollywood people run in the same circle, so
pretty much.
It's like you gonna find out later. Or you mean to tell me that you haven't seen behavior? Because it's no secret. They got that power. Ain't no secret. You know what I mean? He got that power. He that nigga in Hollywood. So it's like
7-minute speech qualified her to be president because she Oprah. Right. And we hate him because she's a woman. And we hate women.
Yeah. They tried to say about Seal, because he was the only one that had to come out, speak against it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oprah.
Because he still talking to. He said, well, you've been part of the problem for years, and they want to look at you like you the solution. And that was the truth. And Seal was wrong for telling that truth.
You wrong, Oprah. You wrong. You know you ain't no good, nigga. Yeah, but you can't. It's easy for you to say, be like, oh, well, you know that all we gotta do is this, that, and the third, and she couldn't have possibly known that Harvey Weinstein was a sexual predator.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know. Stop playing. You know. You know.
Of course.
It's just like when you and your girl got into an argument, you get, what's wrong? You know what's wrong, goddammit. Don't play with me. Yeah, but anyways, man. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you don't really watch Dragon like that.
What, Dragon Ball Super?
Yes, the Dragon Balls of the Super.
Yes, the DVR just haven't had an inkling to watch it for whatever reason.
It's cool.
Regis said he on it.
Regis said you do what now?
He got to catch up on the other one, the older one.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, but anyways, man, I want to let you know that the latest episode, I believe it's episode 123. It was the shit. My finally got a new transformation that Goku does not have.
You said Goku doesn't have a new transformation.
No, Vegeta has a new transformation. Goku doesn't.
Oh.
So
that's gonna be.
It's dope because Goku got like a new. It's not a new form. It's a state of mind. It's a state of mind called Ultra Instinct, where basically you're basically moving without thinking. So it allows you to. It allows you to basically fight faster, anticipate things more because your body is moving without thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Well, that may be a little dangerous.
It's actually the shit. You know what I mean? So, but Goku's the protagonist, so, he always gets all the new transformations and all the new power-ups before anybody else. But y'all know, my true Dragon Ball fans know that Vegeta has always been stronger than Goku. Always. The only reason why Goku's stronger because he has had plenty of masters and secret techniques and stuff that he has learned. You see what I'm saying? But for as far as pure strength and skill, Vegeta is the far better fighter. Far better. Way better. And I told you last week the niggas gonna have a whole new transformation. Whole new transformation, my nigga. I was like, yeah, that nigga transform. He got like I call it Super Saiyan 5. He got a whole new transformation, and then they had like this whole epic like power up because they fight in this tournament. And all the universes that get eliminated from the tournament, the universe gets erased. So now it's down to Universe 7 and Universe 11. And Universe 11 has this dude, his name's Jiren. He looked like a little alien cat, but the nigga is so strong. Like, his strength is like unfathomable. The whole time, the whole tournament's been going on, this nigga has never showed his actual true strength. It's crazy. But him and Goku was fighting, and Goku had Ultra Instinct, and he was fighting dude and all that other stuff, which was cool. Then Vegeta fought the dude last week, gave it all he had, came up short. But the whole universe is on the line, so you know how the Saiyans always get like super emotional in order to like go to a new like next level transformation, they gotta have that emotional, I don't want to necessarily call it a breaking point, but I want to say that emotional fulcrum that allows them to get the strength to go to the next level. Because they power levels be right there, but it takes that extra strength to actually power up and push through. You basically have to push through your shell to go through the next level. It's no different if you was in the gym. You can be in the gym and you lifting weights and you exercising and you going up and up and up and up and up, and then you hit that plateau. But then you got to keep working at it. You got to keep working at it, and eventually you go over that plateau. Basically the same thing. So Vegeta has been getting shitted on this whole time. He's always been behind Goku, and then they got a whole brand new transformation that Goku don't even have. Because he tried to get Ultra Instinct, and he couldn't do it because Vegeta is a strategist. So he thinks what he's going to do in his mind before he does it. That's what makes him the better fighter versus Goku. Goku just kind of goes with the flow. Got a whole new transformation. I was like, oh, that's my nigga Vegeta. Finally. All right, man, look, I damn near cried. Y'all don't know how much this means to me.
You stupid, man.
Nigga, I'm dead ass serious. I watched.
I know.
I was like, Vegeta. Oh, I swear to God, I was watching it on my laptop. I rewound that part like 10 times, like right when him and Goku getting ready to power up because they Jiren at full strength. So Goku has went what's called Super Saiyan Blue, along with his King Kai Fist. The King Kai Fist. So he's at maximum power, and Vegeta, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, and he was thinking about another universe. I think it's Universe 6 that's got these these other Saiyans. It's Universe 6 that has these other Saiyans, and one of the Saiyans, his name's Cabba, like cabbage Cabba. He actually kind of unwillingly became a student of Vegeta. So when they first met in the pre-tournament, Vegeta taught dude how to go Super Saiyan. It was crazy. You like, oh shit, Vegeta took on a student.
Stupid.
And then during the Universal Power Tournament, he learned how to transform Super Saiyan 2. He ended up breaking behind his limits, but the universe ended up getting erased. So basically, Vegeta wants to use the Super Dragon Balls. Not the Dragon Balls, mind you, but the Super Dragon Balls. They're like the size of planets. To wish back the other universe because he had made dude a promise. He like, I'm going to win this tournament and I'm going to use the Super Dragon Balls to resurrect you so we can go to your king. Because when he met Vegeta, he was telling him, he was like, oh, I got to tell you about our king. Because their Saiyans are different from Universe 7 Saiyans. Universe 7 Saiyans are savages. Universe 6 Saiyans are heroes. But he was telling, he was like, yeah, man, our king is a lot like you. He's strong and da-da-da-da. I would love to take you to my home planet one time in a different universe. So Vegeta, to keep that promise, so the very few times that Vegeta is actually fighting for somebody else, he's thinking about dude, and he's like, I'm gonna keep that promise, and he's powering up, and you start to see the color change, and then the next thing you know, you see the light in his eyes. Anybody watch anime, but when you watch anime, you see somebody light go off in their eyes, usually they get power up. So the light went off in the eyes, and the nigga transformed. And I was like, Vegeta, the nigga got it. That's my nigga, boy. I swear to God, I cried. Little tear, man. I had to shed a little tear, man. Y'all don't know, man. I've been a fan since Dragon Ball. I have watched the progression of the series, good and bad. And for Vegeta, not a fan of the creator of Dragon Ball. He is a fan of Goku, which is the reason why Goku is the way he is. But Toriyama is no longer writing Dragon Ball. You got a new person writing it, and I'm glad they threw Vegeta a bone. He finally get his props. He finally get his just dues, his just desserts, and can't wait to see in the next episode how powerful his new transformation is. Because Super Saiyan Blue is like the equivalent of God's strength. Like every universe has a god, like a god of destruction. So Super Saiyan Blue is like basically like right on par with God level. Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan 5 is far beyond that. Okay. It is something that gods can do, but it doesn't come easy. So most of the gods of destruction cannot use Ultra Instinct. But you know, in Goku, he finds a way to get new whatever. He got his little transformation, which he hasn't yet. But Vegeta got that Super Saiyan 5. He looked badass. And I was so happy. That was like my first son being born. I cried. Yes.
You stupid, not your first son being born.
Nigga, I was on that motherfucker like Kevin Hart. Oh my god. No, Vegeta. Oh my god. The nigga transformed. Oh my god. Oh my god, Dad. I just want to love Dragon Ball with all my heart.
You stupid, man.
Anime junkie. Anime. I love anime. Okay, I think that might be it. I just have one last question for you, though, before we get ready.
No, I'm stupid.
I have one question for you, Becky. I want to play a game.
Man, I got time for that bullshit.
I want to play a game. You be like, nope, nigga.
I know, but that Jigsaw in the workplace, that was hilarious.
Was that a parody or something?
Huh?
Was that a parody?
Somebody did, yes. It was kind of like a little short comedy sketch about Jigsaw in the workplace, about him playing tricks and games and stuff like that on his coworkers that was messing him up. Went to a dude's party, and he was like, "This birthday cake contained 29 teaspoons of koala urine, clean for the pathetic existence." I was like, damn. Like, he would do stuff like that. Or he chained his managers, and he changed his 3 managers' ankle together. And every time the manager was like, "Hey, you know, your game's a little out of control. Like, we need to do something as far as team building." And then you would just see him do this. He'll go, "So your legs have been chained together, blah, blah, blah. And you have to escape and blah, blah, blah. This is a team builder exercise, Jenny." And the tool that they would have to use to unchain themselves is a cheese break. Like, yeah, it was just stuff like that. You have to see it. I never explained anything.
I think I've seen it.
I thought it was hilarious.
I feel that, man. I feel that. Well, this is it for the 8th episode of the Obamacare podcasts.
Oh my gosh. Help us all.
Yes, we are the Obamacare podcast. We say, but we don't actually do shit. So
stupid.
So Becky, Rebecca, Lady Q 1502 on Instagram. How can the people reach? Look at that nigga. Look at that nigga in the background, looking like a light-skinned ninja on some shit.
Come on, Regis.
You know what I'm talking about.
You stupid. Yeah, he get ready to go to work.
I see that.
Baby, Lady Q 1502 on Instagram. or become
Instagram.
more active on my Facebook page, which is Running Away from God, the series. It's available on Amazon for series 1, 2, and 3. Series 4. I'm actually on chapter 2 of series number 4. Any questions, comments, and concerns in reference to the book, or just general questions? www.SOI. Creative Writers LLC at gmail.com.
Creative Writer LLC gmail.com.
I do not have Twitter. I don't think I'll ever have Twitter. I don't have time
Twitter.
for that.
Bullshit. Yes, I am D Overweight Lover on Instagram. That is the letter D OVR WIGHT LVR on the gram. You can reach me on the book King David Landrum. That is on the Fed book.
The Fed book, huh? Not Facebook, but the Fed book.
Yes. Please go to my business page, Moorlawn St. Louis. MOOR Lawn LAWSST Lewis, all one word. Both Instagram and Twitter.
You're looking at this bottle. This is rum.
That malt liquor?
I have a flu and I make it in the potty.
I thought you had some malt liquor, nigga.
No, rum.
Becky, she pulled out that 40 ounce from the freezer.
I have the flu, so this is a hot toddy every night until it's gone. I'm almost there.
This is a story about a man.
Shut up.
A man, a man with a dream. You set the world on fire.
My hot toddy.
Yes. That's all the fuck I got, man. We could stay on here and clown all day, but
of course,
yes, we'll be having some interesting topics coming up next week, courtesy of the Phoenix, the bald-headed Phoenix who rise from the ashes.
And we'll talk about that little quick Nelly situation. Even though he beat the case, because the girl decided not to show up in criminal court.
Really?
Yeah, she decided not to testify against him on criminal charges.
I bet she did.
And instead decided to file a civil lawsuit against him.
Bet you don't have no justification to stand on.
That's another one out here trying to get some money, trying to get paid.
Just another fight. Man.
But yeah, man, I can't wait to see what Phoenix got going on. What topics he got.
Right, he always come up with something about Hurricane Katrina and Harvey and Haiti, some Trump bullshit. That'll be for next week.
All right, then, man.
Yeah, man. So, if you don't have, I don't have.
I do not.
And if Diego don't have nothing, I guess we can get up out of here.
All right, then.
All right, Rebecca, send me the recipe for your hot tonic, nigga.
Sure.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Scratch that. Before we go, I didn't tell you that we had the King birthday celebration at the church today.
I bet that was dope.
It was good. We had the neighborhood kids. They cooked and, partially cooked anyways. Cooked and they cleaned and they served everybody, including the families and everybody who came. It was very nice. Now, to check the young homie, because he was on some baby bullshit. Not Marlon. There was another one. He always be like, "Oh, what's up, son? I ain't seen you in a minute, son. It's your dad." I'll be like, "Okay, nigga, all right." Look, son, I'm sorry I ain't been here for a minute. Oh, okay, Dad. How come you ain't been to church? See, son, I've been busy. I'll be like, oh, you been busy. Yeah, son, I've been busy. Oh, okay, you been busy, but the moment we have some food out here, you conveniently show up. Oh man, son, it ain't like that, man. It ain't like that. What's it like then? See how folk do? I said at least Marlon come to church on Sundays and try to learn something. You, nigga, you ain't been here in how long? I ain't seen you in how long, nigga? But it's mighty funny. Now, you like 16, 15, something in that neighborhood. It's mighty funny how you show up, bruh, when food is being served. No, you ain't been here for now church service in a minute. You ain't help put up no tables, stack no chairs, sweep no floors. You ain't did nothing around here, but you think you could just roll up here and show up when food is being served.
You won't even come once a month. And then you wrong for calling out.
No, I ain't wrong. Look, I say, man, that's the young homie. But I'm going to call you out, and I'm going to talk about you. I was like, see how people do? And I was talking to, like, a couple of kids, neighborhood boys, their grandmother. I was like, now you see how folk do, right? They don't show up for no church service. Ain't picked up no broom, no mop, ain't helped nobody. But as soon as food is being served, folk want to show up. You see how folk do now.
Of course. I always want to eat off the fat of the lamb, but don't want to contribute.
So if you think I'm not going to embarrass you, young man, you got another thing coming. I say, he the young homie. He cool. I'm not mad at you. It's good to see you, young man, but I am going to call you out on your bullshit.
Got to.
You are not above reproach. And rather it come from me than some old person. Because you ain't going to get it if it's going to come from somebody that a little bit older than me. But if I come from you, why you just now showing up? You show up for the food, and then we don't see you no more. That's like potluck. Niggas know potluck be every 5th Sunday, and they show up like clockwork. Oh, you show up for potluck, but you ain't been to church for how long? It's good to see you. I'm just wondering. Especially with what we doing. You know what I mean? We are teaching this black liberation theology. Folks, wake
you don't
up.
want to show up a lot of times. You want to show up for something when it's free. Interesting.
Yes. So, I just had to, call him for a little second. I ain't finna harp on you, but I am finna clown you for a little second, just so you can understand.
That's all
man, it ain't like that, man. Oh, okay. I'm sure it's not, nigga. I'm sure it's not. But we gonna go ahead and get the fuck up out of here because I gotta get up work in the morning. And I'm trying to get this pieced up tonight and get it uploaded and get it working so I can get it uploaded on YouTube tomorrow after I get home. So I'm King David. I am your host of the podcast, aka the Socially Conscious St. Louis podcast. In here with Lady Q, aka Rebecca Renee Quarles, and we're out this bitch until next week.
All right, David C.
Yes, C. Landrum. C. I don't have a middle name. I have an initial. But that's a conversation for another day, nigga.
Peace.
Conversation for another day. I holla.